Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Deciphering the Content. I ended up stringing together a bunch of different, seemingly unrelated topics that I've been looking at over the past couple of months, and I felt like they were worthy of putting together, and they seemed to make some sense as I started looking at it. Some of it had to do with, I don't know, maybe a biblical, apocalyptic. Some of it had to do with communism, Marxism, and some of the other things that are going on today. And it started off when I saw this tarot card, hierophant, and then I thought, well, I don't usually see tarot cards in my third eye, but it specifically came up, and obviously this means the Pope. So we're looking at some of the things that have been going on, but I'm going to start with this video first with Blondie, and it's called Doom or Destiny, and I think it was in rebellion to the Trump administration, but all of the different symbologies and things that she has here, she is with Joan Jett, and you kind of you could see all the, it looks like people, like it could be Antifa or, look at this here, asteroids, which I talk about in some of my shows. Of course, the 7 plagues and all the, viral issues and other issues that are coming up. And also it's showing weather problems. Here's the rain, the fire, thermonuclear war, which goes off actually in the video, and she's wearing a mask, nuclear winter, and post-history. There's the card reader, and we'll go up, and you can see that there's aliens. There they are, aliens calling us humans filthy, and there's a laser attack. The man from Mars, which he became famous for singing about, through the cars and the bars, and hedge fund leader admits, the criminal behavior, like the news is going on. Look at this, they put bling on the mask, and it looks sort of like, I think it was, there's a picture here, it looks like the royals connected, and look at, there's the reptilians. I mean, it's covering everything. Obviously I can't play it, but what she called Russian puppet show, interview that goes nowhere, and Cruella de Vil, stomp on patriarchy, rabid beavers attack, trip to Mars, environmental collapse, bee decline, girls the same, and it's just a lot of symbology here. Some of the words, there's fake news, there's a picture of what looks like could be one of the royals, and the feminists. So almost as if, this is prior to a lot of this stuff happening. This started in 2017. Look at that. That looks like Africa on fire there. Pretty bad. And so, and then the two of them together, and then they combine as one. 2 females as one. And that comes up a little later. Something about cats. And resist, and there was some other things in there too. So let's go to this card right here. This is the hierophant, the Pope. Depending on your own nature, the hierophant can mean very different things. At its root, it represents doctrine, but doctrine can come in the form of teaching and guidance and rigid authority. Where it appears in your spread is also important, as it is indicative of your own approach to moral, religion, social conventions. Past, present, and future. It's just hard to read this card So I was trying to figure out why that was there, and then this article came up. Private tour to the Vatican with Kim Kardashian and Kate Moss. It's two women again. Kim and Kate were even allowed to lock up some of the rooms and turn off the lights with security to close the Sistine Chapel. She's dressed in all different unusual outfits. That one sort of looked Asian. And she's, there's Kate Moss, happy to be able to spend some time together. But I noticed that they don't have any pictures of the two of them actually together. A lot of pictures of them posing. And they enjoyed the beauty of being in the Vatican. Some of the outfits, this was one of the outfits that I don't know, they said that she didn't dress that way inside of the Vatican, but I thought that was a strange outfit. And then, of course, you know, kind of doing a Romanesque type of thing there. And it's a major photo shoot. But, you know, you just say, well, oh, that's interesting. So then I thought of this, and I know that some people associate, I'm specifically talking about Kim Kardashian in reference to Kim Possible, just in case anyone is thinking I'm talking negative about some other people. But I wanted to pay attention to these keyholes here, and I always wondered about this outfit because it didn't make any sense why she had that, and I didn't really find an explanation. Maybe there is one somewhere, but I thought there's two keyholes there. There's two females here. And then I saw this. This is a picture of Trotsky. And this is communism. Why his glasses look the same? I thought, isn't that strange? But then I came back here to the hierophant, and there's two keys. So there's two keys. There's a keyhole there. Two keyholes there. Two females together. One blonde, one brunette. Interesting. Then I started thinking about this article here, Nancy Pelosi, and that was written in February 2019, referring to her as stuttering and being drunk. James Wood said that, I guess. I don't know that this is article. I saw there was a lot of discounting of people making these comments about Nancy Pelosi, but she has sounded drunk to me a few times, and it didn't make any sense, and it could be age, nervousness, or whatever, but I thought it was really weird because it was more like slurring. And then I thought about all the different things that she's been involved with. She seemed to be making quite a bit of money during this past administration. And Pelosi making millions trading companies she regulates. Pelosi's wealth has increased to $115 million from $41 million over the past 17 years, with most of her and her husband's, Paul's, additional riches due to extreme lucrative decisions about when to buy and sell tech stocks. And over the 2 years, almost 75% of the trading done by Pelosi, more than $33 million, has been in big tech. Major legislations concerning the industry during the same time frame has been pending over before the House, controlled by the committee that Pelosi oversees. For example, the buying and selling in just Apple accounted for 17.7% of Pelosi's overall trading volume. It's amazing how politicians become extremely wealthy on fixed incomes that they have. And I know people might be saying, well, you know, I mean, they have opportunities and, you know, it's legitimate. I don't know. There's been a lot of chaos in the United States, and the United States impacts the world. And this person has been in the center of a lot of it. So some people might be offended, but it made me look into this because there's the biblical story of the Whore of Babylon. The Whore of Babylon. They talk about her fornication, but I think sometimes this stuff can be symbolic. And it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Fornication could be, just making deals that are contrary to and hurting innocent people, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Like, I'm not trying to push any biblical Christian scenario here, but it does seem a little odd to me. This calls for the mind of the wisdom, the seven heads of the seven mountains on which the woman is seated. The woman that you saw in the great city that has dominion over the kings of the earth. It's Washington, D.C. I always thought, I know a lot of people thought there were, other like celebrities that would fit that role. And I know, Madonna kind of bragged about being a part of this. And it could be symbolic of many that would represent this type of role with intention of doing this very thing. But I think this is someone that no one's considered, or, as I said, this is a symbolic type of thing that is relating back to the influence on the world and the serious effect that it's having on many innocent people. And over the past couple of years, I just can't ignore it. The angel said to me, the waters that you saw where the prostitute is seated are peoples and multitudes and nations in all languages. I mean, the United States is filled with people that speak all different languages. And it just goes on. It does refer a lot to sexual immorality, but I don't know. Like I said, that might not be literal in that sense. The woman is arrayed in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold, jewels, and pearls, holding in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the impurities. For some people, you might completely disagree with me, but the effect in all the people that are getting affected, like I said, I'm not trying to push anything biblical here, but it just seemed interesting to me and maybe something to discuss. Here's another individual that got very, very popular during this time where, I mean, she's literally occupying a lot of daytime television and influencing millions and millions of people. She's not extreme. She's not highly political. Maybe she is. I don't know about it, but I do know that, she's pretty much a celebrity, a household name, particularly in the U.S., and is very well liked by a lot of people. But I saw her, I heard her name, I wanted to take a look to see what this was about. And I started looking into something with her school. And I saw that she was, just going to say she was a member of the Delta, and I know what we're dealing with these days, but that was the sorority that she was in. And then she was a keynote speaker here. And what didn't make any sense to me, and maybe for some people it does, but she insisted on playing Enter the Sandman over her iPod when she graduated. And I thought that's an interesting song to be playing. And I don't know, as a keynote speaker, Virginia Tech graduation. and Enter the Sandman. So those of you that are not familiar with that song, I did pull up the lyrics. Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone. Tuck you in, warm within your, keep you free from sin till the Sandman, he comes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light, enter night. Take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. And then it, it kind of goes on. Something's wrong, shut the light. Heavy thoughts tonight, and they aren't of Snow White. Dream of war, dream of liars, dreams of dragon's fire, and the things that will bite. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Never mind the noise you heard. It's just the beast. We talked about the whore, Babylon, riding on the beast. So it's maybe not one person, but a system. So just the beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head. We're off to Never Never Land. I just want to say that I remember this part as well. Sound familiar? These are the most common dreams we're having during lockdown. They talk about how people have dreams related to stress, anxiety, exhaustion, and so forth, and it comes out in the dreams. I've talked to many people about their dreams. But there was some really extreme dreams. I mean, it was very traumatizing what was going on, and it did release a lot of different thoughts. So the primary talk show individual, Hoda Kotb, who is emulating this song, and I guess that she has used it more than once, Enter the Sandman, she comes into kind of a power that people are not. Power position on television, you don't think of it as a power position, but it is if you're hearing someone for hours and hours and hours per day, during the week, and discuss many different topics, and you feel like she's your friend. You get associated with her, and everything that comes out of her mouth is interesting. And then this is going on in the background. That's the part that made it stand out for me. And so here's the dreams that people got during this time. People had dreams that they were spiking in fever, they're catching the virus, they were dying, respiratory distress in their dreams, inability to breathe, apocalyptic dreams, dreams that were turning to chaotic or ending, which many people experienced, end of time dreams, drowning, natural water-based dreams that were most common. Children were missing. I had many people contact me saying they had dreams that they were finding children in their dreams, or even their own children. Abductions, even their own abductions. Real life fear of losing family members. Wild animals and monsters. That was in the lyrics. Wild animals or monsters under your bed, right? Bugs, insects, snakes. We've talked about all of that. War, violence and lawbreaking, mayhem, chaos, shootings. We even did a show talking about all the theme parks and the harmful things that were happening at theme parks. Empty and abandoned theme parks. I talked about that too. People walking around and there's no one around, and they're doing video shoots of themselves walking around in certain areas. Stadiums and large public places reflect the loss of fun, social interactions gained from attending concerts, sports, and theme parks. Intruders, invisible or uncontrollable entities. Monsters, being lost in escape dreams. They're known as experienced before as part of experience. Seeing a completely different set of circumstances that had to be adapted to, on a daily basis. Every dream has multiple meanings. And, they're trying to help people sort this out because it was big enough. It was a big enough issue for people to get through. And the Sandman. I actually talk about the Sandman too. I wrote a story that was channeled by Edgar Allan Poe in my book Macabre, in that the Sandman would come in and what would happen. Okay, so for the last comment, here's another one that I thought was interesting. And so, what else but a Reaper, dictionary of names on Fauci, name for a sickle maker or someone who uses a sickle. That also could have a reference to Marxism, communism. Someone who uses a sickle or Sicilian Fauci sickle. The Reaper. It could be the last tarot card. Here it is. The Reaper. So I'm not saying this to get everyone frightened or scared or upset. I want you to notice that there's a rainbow behind it. I think it empowers us to know what the intention is from the astral that's using multiple different people to create a scenario for us that is quite alarming, upsetting, and making us feel that we don't belong here or that we don't want to be here or that the world is very hostile. And we're just going to surround ourselves with universal love. And whatever these entities are trying to bring in, we say we don't consent or agree. And as the picture starts to unfold, we see the plan, we see the idea or the intention, and we say we don't consent or agree to any of this. But I thought maybe I would share this with the public. Please share your ideas on what I just showed you. And thanks so much for listening, and have a good day.